So as we get going, creating more enemies, more players, more objects in the game that are going to explode, I started thinking, well, I need to learn a bit more about variants or prefab variants that I can use to create different kinds of explosions, give them different colors, different sizes, different looks and feels. So what I did here is I have the base explosion set as a prefab. I have an enemy explosion that is a prefab variant, and I'm going to create a new one that is going to be the player prefab variant. So I right click on the base one, I'll go to scene, and I'll go to prefab variant. I'm going to name this player explosion VFX. And I'm going to drag all of these into the scene just so we can see them all together. Now they're obviously all right on top of each other, so I'm going to move them out a little bit so that we got a better view of them being separated. And then we'll just play them all together so we can get an idea of all of them kind of exploding at the same time. Okay, so what I want to do actually as a sample is I'm going to go into the player explosion prefab. I'm going to lock the inspector here. I'll move it over so you can see. And I'm going to go into trails and say it'd be neat if that prefab kind of had the same trail as maybe my lasers, right? So I'm going to go into my materials folder. I have a laser trail that has the original one, which kind of has this white trail, and I'm going to put that down in my renderer. And then what I'm going to do is go back to the enemy explosion, and I'm going to give that one an actual red explosion because I think that would be cool to have that as a trail. So I'm going to hit trails, turn that one on, go all the way down to renderer, open it, and I'm going to give it the red trail variant. So now all three of these should look different, actually. You can see it pretty clearly here. I'm going to click restart. There we go. It's okay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can do here to make this interesting. Maybe the left one, the base one, is kind of just for rocks. Now, I could apply this at the top to every one of them. You know, if I go up to the inspector, I could say do overrides, apply to all. I could revert it all, or I could of course go to the base explosion and say, hey, I want to change the trails in general, or I want to give it maybe a bigger size so the lifetime or the start delay starts differently, and then I could apply that down to the other prefab variants. So you can apply up and down. I don't know that I want to do that just yet, but I wanted to explore how this would look so that I could, you know, make differences and make changes to different objects exploding, but using similar particle effects. So anyways, that's kind of what I was playing with today, getting an idea of how those things work so that I can use those in the future. Hope you enjoyed it all. See you tomorrow.